Hey guys, welcome back. I am finally sitting down and filming the video that I've kind of been teasing you guys about. I've been saying for probably 2 months now, if not longer, that I'm going to sit down and film my wax empties, and I just haven't gotten to it. And it's not that I'm like writing off my wax, like I'm still in love with it and everything, but I haven't been melting a lot. I've been burning candles mostly downstairs, which I'll explain the reason for that in a moment. And then candles in my bathroom. And then honestly, like, we've been outside so much this summer. It's been awesome. We're doing yard work, kind of just doing like new house things. So I haven't been inside to melt that much. And honestly, I would throw like a tart in my warmer midweek and then I'd let it go until like the end of the weekend, and the scent would be totally gone. There'd be nothing left, but I'd forget about it. So I'm coming back, I'm like refocusing, and I'm going to enjoy my wax. I mean, I spend a lot of time, money. I mean, we all do. If you're into it, you know it's a costly habit, and it's something that we do because it makes us feel better or feel good, and it smells wonderful. And I mean, I don't need to explain, but I'm refocusing on my wax collection. But anyway, I have a few candles, some wax, empties, and then one dud that I'm just throwing away completely. And then I have two other things that are not wax, but they're related. And the first one is the bulb from my 25 watt owl warmer from Target. It's like the silver owl. It's really cute. I have it downstairs in my basement, and it fills my entire basement. We have quite a large basement. But I burned, the bulb blew out. And I'm having a really hard time finding this. I went back to Target thinking I could just find this bulb there, and they didn't have it. I checked like Walmart, some other places, and then I sent my husband to Home Depot one day looking for it, but he didn't take the bulb with him. And the issue we're having is that they have these in 25 watt, but the prongs are very thin. So they're the ones that like kind of like plug in. Like this one plugs in too, but the prongs on the other ones are much tinier. So we have to return the one that he bought and maybe hopefully try and find this one, because I love that warmer. It works really, really well, but I can't find the bulbs to replace in that. So if you know where to find those, let me know, because I'm really anxious to get that warmer up and running. And honestly, we spend most of our time in our basement anyway. That is where our like living room is, our everyday living room is. And so we spend most of our time down here if we're inside at all. And if I can't melt down, that's a reason. Like, I can't melt down here. So the other thing I went through is this oil from Bath and Body Works. This is the Fresh and Ripe Pineapple Mango. I used to put these in my vacuum cleaner. I use them for all different things, I guess. But I poured some of these into one of the hot plates in my kitchen, and it worked really well. But I was just trying to use this one up. It's kind of old and needed to be gone. So yeah, I just used that up and it's gone. I went through a couple packages of wax. The first one is from Tiffany's Candles. This is champagne and fresh strawberries. The first two I melted a while ago, and then I had one tart left, and I thought it was pretty, and I never really noticed it much, never thought much of it. It was a good scent, but it wasn't one of my favorites until this last time I melted it upstairs. And the warmer I have in my kitchen is really great. It's also from Target, and I don't remember what the wattage is. I think it's a 25 watt in there too, but it's a bulb warmer, but it's like a normal bulb. It's not one of these ones. And it fills my kitchen, my dining room, and my living room. And anyway, this in there smelled amazing. I came up the stairs one day, and it kind of like overtook me, and it was beautiful. And I don't know, something changed, or maybe it was just like in the right location, the right time. I was in the right mood for it. But this is really good, and I honestly think I would repurchase this one. Probably not now. I'm leaning more towards like fall scents, aren't we all? But I'm really pushing. I'm starting to want to pull out like the apple scents and that kind of thing. But this was really, really pretty, so I do think eventually I will repurchase that. The next one that I went through is 30 Street Wax, which I love. One of my favorite vendors. And I went through Southern Belle. I do believe that this was 2 cameos, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how that one worked. It was really pretty. You could definitely smell like this. It was definitely citrus, but you could smell the mint in there too. That kind of just made it fresh and cool. I melted this one upstairs as well in my kitchen, and it was just really pretty. Loved that scent. I burned through the other half of my Midnight Jasmine votive that I cut. I think I mentioned that in a haul, and I showed you guys how I do that. I melted through the other half of that. It was really pretty. Yeah, it was a really pretty scent. I liked it. I melted through one of the jar melts from Yankee in Lake Sunset. Melted this one upstairs as well. And I don't remember it much. I think it was pretty, but it wasn't one of those scents that like stuck in my mind like, I love this scent. It wasn't that good. And then the last pack is actually something that I'm throwing away. Okay, so the next one that I have is Banana Daiquiri from Kim's, and I'm actually tossing these away. I had suggested, or I had mentioned a few times, that I was possibly going to kind of do like a full vendor review on Kim's. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to go into that. I will just simply say that I will not be repurchasing from the company. From what I have purchased, out of the 14, I think, different scents that I purchased, I've melted probably 5 or 6, and I only had one that has any throw whatsoever, uncooled or warm. So this is one that I opened up that had no throw, so I'm tossing the wax away. Like I said, I'm not going to, I don't want it to come off like I'm bashing the vendor. I mean, I am appreciative of her prices, but it doesn't work for me, and I'm moving on. I'm getting rid of what doesn't work, and we're just moving on. So that's that. The last thing of vendor wax that I have is, what is this from? 30 Street as well. And this is Mooseberry Cobbler. This was a sample that I received. And on cold, I was kind of like, I don't know that. I'm not a huge blueberry scent fan. But I melted it in my kitchen, of course, since one of my other warmers isn't working. And it was really, really nice. I don't know that I would purchase this scent, but it was kind of like a nice treat to have. But yeah, blueberry scents aren't my favorite all the way around. So it wasn't just hers, but I don't know, it was kind of a nice treat when I was in the right kind of mood, and that just fell on the floor. I have 3 clamshells. One is Ashland, and this is lemon meringue. This is just a really nice bakery lemon scent. I have to say, lemon bakery scents are probably my favorite, and favorite to the point that Matt, my husband, actually pointed that out. He's like, "You're buying another lemon scent?" Yes, I am, because they're my favorite. This one has a tiny bit of a cleaner lemon scent to it. It's not like an overly, like, you get the bakery hint to it, but it's not as much as Tiffany's Candles. Her lemon meringue pie is by far my favorite. This one, you don't get the crusty, like the note of the crust, and it's just a little bit of bakery with like a cleaner lemon. It was decent, but I know how to get better ones, so I don't think I'll repurchase that. The next one I went through is Lemon and Jasmine. This is one of the dual ones. The cubes are a little bit smaller than in the normal ones, but you get a few more. And then the idea of these, if you haven't seen these, is that you can mix them together or you can use them separately. I mixed them together, and it was really pretty. Super clean. The jasmine in this is gorgeous, and the lemon is not overpowering. Together these made like the perfect perfect scent when I could have like the windows open, when it wasn't too hot and a nice sunny day. Like that was the perfect time to melt this, and I really enjoyed it. And I probably will repurchase this next spring maybe. The last one that I went through was from Mainstays, so this is from Walmart, and this is Caribbean Retreat. This is like a cologne scent. It's very masculine and a cologne scent, like I said, and I melted this downstairs, and my husband loved it. I really enjoyed it too. I probably would repurchase it. It was good. The next things that I have, the last thing that I have is some candles. I had kind of hinted towards this one from Cobblestone Candles. I get these from Kirkland's, and I think they're $8 a piece, so it's actually a pretty decent price for the size candle, but these don't burn very well. This one smells amazing. This is the most authentic banana nut bread I've ever smelled, and I mentioned that before because I have the tarts, and the tarts are a million times better, and I think they're $3. But the candles don't burn well. They tunnel really bad. There's a ton, I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a ton of soot around the rim, and they tunnel terribly. From the time I lit it the first time, it started tunneling, and it was tunneling to the point where I actually took like a shish kebab skewer, and I kind of like pushed the wax down into the candle so that hopefully it would remelt. Unfortunately, I bought 3 of these at the time that I bought this one, and so I'm melting my way through them, and then they smell delicious, but the candles burn like crap. So I love the scents. Like I said, I'll be continuing to buy the clamshells, but not these. I'm just about through another one, so you guys will hear my review on that one. Once I figured out like kind of what I needed to do to make these burn well, I've been doing that with the other one, and it's worked a little bit better, but still, like, I don't like to babysit my stuff. I don't like to babysit my candles. I like to be able to light them and kind of just not forget about them, that's dangerous, but just enjoy them and not have to worry about, you know, my wicks moving or this or that. The next candle that I have is from Everyday Luxe. This was from Home Goods, and these candles are like less than $5, and it smells so nice. The scent is bath. I can't tell you much about it. It's just a very clean, slightly floral, but just a clean scent, and it burned wonderfully. Like, I have a tiny bit of soot right there, and there are some wax lines, but that's just from the different times that I lit it, but it burned really nice. There is quite a bit of wax left in the bottom, which is kind of a bummer, but I would continue to buy these candles. I think they were melted wonderfully, and they smelled delicious. The next one is from DW Home. This candle is Wild Honey Nectar. This candle smells amazing. You get that sweet honey scent, and the light, like, kind of powdery floral from the the nectar, but it smelled wonderful. I melted this one in my bathroom. This one, it looks a mess, and that was totally my fault. I had melted it, I let it burn a little too long one day, and I was cleaning up our counter, and I bumped it, and the wax kind of just like rolled up the side of it, if you will. This burned really well. 2 wick. This one was a 3 wick. This one was a 2 wick. It burned really well. My wicks didn't move or anything. The jar itself is super heavy duty, really nice. I'm going to remove the wax out of this one, I think, and keep this jar. I know it says it has some writing and stuff on it, but I just thought it was really pretty. I like the yellow. I have one other candle by this company, but I honestly probably won't get to burning it until the spring, just because it's like a spring summer scent, and like I said, I'm ready to move on to fall, and I don't want to like commit to a candle this size, because it does take me a couple weeks to burn through, and by that time I'm totally ready for fall. But that's it. That's all I melted through in the past couple months, which is like nothing. This is usually what I burn through in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Hope I didn't ramble too much, and I will be back with some more candle and wax. And I'm going to try really hard to keep up on this kind of video, and I will be back with maybe some favorites or something in a couple weeks. But I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to let me know what good deals you guys are getting on vendor wax, or even like Walmart wax as far as fall scents. I'm not a huge spicy cinnamon person, but let me know like what you guys have found. I picked up one the other day and I can't even remember what it is at this point, and my wax is kind of put away. But let me know what you guys have found, and if there's anything that like I have to run and pick up. And then for vendors, let me know what good deals are out there. Thanks so much for watching. I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye!